Hello. Happy Sunday, November 9th. Just shuffling my cards and we'll wait for a few people to join. And hi, Joyful Journey. So good to see you. Tonight is our weekly TarotScopes for the week of November. Well, I'll say 10th through, it's really the 9th through the 16th. And boy, is the astrology continues to be exciting. Hi, CJ. Good to see you. Giving the cards a little shuffle. Sorry for the noise. You just want to be ready? Margaret D. Good to see you. Rosaire Hall. You're in Houston. Oh, good to see you. What are you doing there? What are you doing in Houston, Rosaire? Fun times. Crystal Blue. Good to see you. Okay. And Mountain Sunshine. Looks like people are starting to find us. How is everybody? Everybody doing okay? I've had a very nice, I guess semi-relaxing weekend. Yesterday was a little chaotic. Talked about it yesterday on my show. Visiting your son and family. Oh, I didn't know you had a son in Houston. Very nice. Hope the weather's good down there. But otherwise, nice weekend. Went to the last farmer's market of the season. Boo-hoo. I guess it gets a little chilly. Honestly, they could run it most of the year here. Margaret D. got a blast of winter here in Toronto. Yes, I saw that. How much snow did you get? Or is it still snowing? I think it's going to be pretty mild and beautiful in the 70s here for most of the week, although our mornings have been chilly. This morning, I actually put my hat and gloves on to walk the dog early this morning. It was probably a little overkill, but I was a little chilly. So I'd rather be a little warm than a little too cold. So anyway, and I haven't seen the notification go out yet, so I'll just keep chit-chatting. I hope everybody's doing very well. And this, as a reminder, is our weekly TarotScopes for all zodiac signs. So another fun one. We have another good one. Oh, you're going home. You have snow in Chicago, Rosaire? Wow. Oh, my. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I saw there was like a little trough in the middle of the country up into Canada. So that makes sense. Well, it's weird. Things have changed weather-wise here in Colorado, in Denver anyway. Our mountains may get a little snow, but here in Denver, which is the plains still, it's snowing in Ottawa. Joyful. Wow. I mean, I personally like the snow, but normally by this time of year, it's not unusual for us to in Denver to have a snowstorm or at least a flurry or two in September or October, but it's becoming less and less common. So you probably know what I mean, Craig Dixon, right? So it hasn't, normally we would have seen a little bit of snow. And anyway, so it's always a concern for us in Colorado because we want our ski resorts to do well. Excuse me. Mountain Sunshine had 8 degrees this morning in the mountains of Colorado. Are you in Colorado, Mountain Sunshine? That would make sense with your name. Okay. Yeah, it was very chilly. It was about 30 degrees when I walked the dog this morning. So, but 8's cold. 70s in Houston. Hi, Lucy Leggett. Good to see you. Mangled Unicorn. Nice to see you. Feels like it was 94 yesterday. They have falling iguanas alert. Oh, wow. Where is that? Because of a cold snap. falling? That wouldn't be a problem here in Colorado. The only thing we have falling is we still have the leaves falling. In years past, the leaves would have already been well done falling, but not in the last few years. CJ says it snowed here too, about an inch in let's see, in Sault. Is that how you pronounce that? Canadians know. Sault. Salt. So it's a French pronunciation, I'm sure. Hi, Daniel. Good to see you. Mangled Unicorn again. Oh, Melody. Nice to see you. Yes. Okay. Craig says, Kelly, here today. It's chilly but sunny, upper 50s. Yeah, that's kind of what we had. I feel like it got warmer than that, though. We're going to have another nice week. It just like where Craig is. Craig's in Albuquerque. It's sunny here a lot. Sunny here a lot, which is nice. Joyful Journey. Your dog was so excited to play in the snow. I bet. Yeah. My dog's ready to go out in the snow. Well, in all weather, to be honest. Nivra, good to see you. And freeze warning in Arkansas. Yes, you're in that zone too. I think we're to the west of that trough of cold weather. Oh, Jacksonville is where the iguana alert was. I never really considered Jacksonville to be a home to iguanas, but I guess it is. You're in Clearwater. I have a good friend in Clearwater Beach, right near you. So, Clearwater. Isn't Clearwater home to the, what are they called? I'm trying to think of it. What's the organization that like Tom Cruise is with and everything? So, anyway, Julianne, nice to see you. How are you? I haven't seen your name here before. Thanks for popping in. Gina Fish, great to see you. Fatima, good to see you. I said hi to Melody. Melody is down under. I hope it's you're starting to feel some summer weather there. Scientology, that's it. Yeah, isn't Clearwater home to, it's home to the Scientology organization. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm just chit-chatting. Thank you so much for indulging me. I'm waiting for a few people to pop in, and I'll go ahead and get started. And welcome, everyone. If you're new here, I'm Kelly Scarborough, also known as the Mystic Next Door. And excuse me, this is your weekly TarotScopes, and I talk about all of the astrological events that are going on in our world, and then I will pull 3 cards for every sign of the zodiac. You can listen for your sun, moon, or rising, or cross-watching for family members and whoever you want to listen to. Okay. Mangled Unicorn says they own part of downtown Clearwater. The marine hiring, I'm going to put on my glasses so I'm not all squinty. The marine thing, see, I'm not reading correctly. The marine thing of that religion. Did you mean main thing of that religion? The marine thing of that religion is based here. John Travolta has a home in Ocala because he has planes. Okay. I didn't know is there a marine thing, or did I read that correctly or wrong? Anyway, very interesting. Yeah, my friend who lives in Clearwater Beach was telling me. I had no idea. I thought they were based in California. So there you go. So anyway, here we are. This is your weekly TarotScopes for the week of November 9th or 10th through the 16th. Usually I do Monday through Sunday, but we always overlap a little bit. Mangled Unicorn says they have people sign away their lives for eternity. then treat them like slaves out on boats. Oh, I see. The marine thing. I knew the kind of sign away their lives part, but I didn't know about the treating them like slaves on boats. Yeah. And we've heard the stories of people trying to get out of Scientology and how difficult it is, really truly cult-like. So I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody, but it doesn't really sound like a good thing to me. And hi, Tony Clifton. Good to see you, God King Tony Clifton. I need a wolfological reading to know when Henry's going to show up. Oh, I guarantee that door is probably going to open up at some point. He's gonna mosey in. He, especially since my husband's out, I don't know what he's doing, washing the car or something, but he'll come looking for his people. Hi, Amanda Carroll. Nice to see you. Okay, so I hope everybody had a good week. Like I said, I had a nice weekend. Kind of busy with. Some of you saw my show yesterday, and that I was busy with a. I have another life where I run summer camps, but I also do STEM classes and things. And I had to do a birthday party for second graders yesterday, and it was a lot. It was a lot for 20. Oh, what sign is Henry? Thank you, Gina Halleck. Hi, good to see you. He is, let's see. He's an Aquarius. I think he's an Aquarius. Yeah, he's early February. Good. Thank you for asking. I never considered that. Oops, I'm sorry. Loud noises. Anyway, I want to talk about some of the astrology that's going on this week and some of the current events and see how they relate and tie into the astrology that we're seeing. Excuse me. And it feels like it's going to be very much of a Mercury story this week because Mercury goes retrograde today. It went retrograde today. We have been in the shadow leading up to this time. As most of you know, but we also have a Mercury and Mars conjunction happening this week as well. So we'll talk about more of that below. So let's just call it a Mercury week. A lot going on with that. Mangled Unicorn says we have to pay attention to, excuse me, local elections because sometimes there are things things to vote down or people try to grab power. That's what I've heard, that they've really kind of taken control of the legislature there. All evil needs is for good people to do nothing. That's a great saying. I like it. Gina Fish says, Gina Halleck, I wonder if when Henry showing up does correspond to his sun sign. That would be interesting because we're starting with Aquarius today. Excuse me. Yes, John, Henry, and I are all air signs. That is absolutely correct. We are air signs. Maybe that's why he fit in so well with our family. None of us can make a decision about which direction to walk. Whatever. We air signs. We're out in the ether sometimes. Anyway. What else happened this week? There was a deadly plane crash this week with UPS, a UPS plane going down. And this year's stories have been water and air. So this is an air event. And of course, if we kind of want to tie that back into the Mercury retrograde that we were leading up to when this happened, Mercury retrograde can come with technological failures, right? Gosh. See, and Mercury retrograde also comes with tongue tie, especially me. So anyway, it can come with some failures of technology and transportation failures. And we had a merging of the two when that UPS plane went down. Hi, Odelia. Good to see you, darling. I like that, darling. Say it again. Uh, God King Tony Clifton says, let's see, you were an Aries Sun, Cancer Moon, Gemini Rising. Okay, so there you go. You've got fire, water, and air. I have the same. I have fire, water, and air as well, but not the same signs. Excuse me. Still dealing with that frog in my throat. We also have the government shutdown in the U.S. You Canadians and people from elsewhere, I know you're all laughing at us, and we're crying. It's tragic what's happening in this country. Really, it's like a train wreck. But anyway, there's talk that tonight the Senate will come back and try to vote through something to get the ball rolling on reopening the government. They did, yeah. Dem said, I think they put something forward before. The Democrats said that they would sign the continuing resolution to reopen the government if Republicans would agree to continue the healthcare subsidies for one more year, but the Republicans said no. And that's the reason. I don't care what they tell you, the reason that things are, well, there's two reasons why the government is shut down. For those who don't know, I think that this audience is pretty familiar with this, but the government's shut down for two reasons. The Republicans refused to renew the subsidies for healthcare, which, as many of you know, our healthcare costs are off the charts here in the U.S. And the other reason, in the House, they have a what's called a discharge petition, which only needs one more signature to get the Epstein papers released. And we have the signature if our Speaker of the House would only sign in or swear in the latest elected official. Her name is Adelita Grijalva. So a couple of things here. Anyway, and yes, thank you. 30 more subscribers to go. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Odelia, we already talked about the weather. Snow in Toronto. Winter, she is coming. Yeah, I hope the Dems won't crater, because really, I mean, it's tragic. Many people, I think, will just have to drop their insurance because it's too expensive. I mean, costs doubling and tripling for some families. It just depends. Gina Fish, you missed summer already. You know what? I wish it would stay right here. I like a little cool weather, but I don't like it when it's really, really hot or really, really cold. So I hear you. But anyway, that's again, I think this goes along with the Pluto in Aquarius, right? Aquarius is about the people standing up for what they want. And so I feel like all this, and I'm getting a chill. They just gave me a chill when I said that. The people, we're being asked as a society in the US and around the world with some other injustices to stand up for what we want and what's right, right? We've also seen some SNAP benefits, which is nutrition assistance, restored. Not for everyone, but I've heard that many people in my state have had it restored. But I also understand that the Trump administration is threatening to claw back some of that money right now. So, what do they call them? Taco? Yes. Thank you, Gina. Absolutely. Send some love and light out into the world, right? And send it to those leaders who we don't think are being honest or just, because we need to soften their hearts too. Tony Clifton, I think stelliums are very important. I think if you have a stellium in a certain sign, you should pay attention to that one too. Hi, Mary Starshine. Nice to see you. No, we don't need a Marie Antoinette situation. But I feel like that's where we're going because that's the energy that happened in. It was a, 250 whatever odd years ago. That's the energy we were in then astrologically, and we're back. We've come back around to that. Okay. So, and speaking of food, besides the SNAP benefits, that nutrition assistance that's been on hold for so many people, I mean, I would say it's a double-edged sword because it's been interesting to see how many people have been stepping up to help, and that's very encouraging, I think. Hi, Karen. Nice to see you. And speaking of food, this week there was a baby formula recall here in the States, where botulism was found in 10 states, sickening some babies. Thankfully, no deaths. But, perhaps once again, this may have been the result of all of the Doge cuts where they've slashed so many government workers, which includes food inspectors. And some just not showing up for work because of the government shutdown, and they're going on strike, or they're not showing up. A lot of people calling out sick when they're not getting a paycheck. So that's another tragic thing. We've seen big solar flares this week that may have had a part in triggering a typhoon in the Philippines. And we've seen some earthquakes off the coast of Japan. There was one off the coast of India, around the Ring of Fire and some other areas. But we've seen some weather as a result, weather and earth events. So, which are related to solar flares in the sense that they destabilize our geomagnetic energy on the planet. This week, we've also seen banks that are signaling some instability. I've read that some banks have been asking for cash from the Federal Reserve here in the U.S. They're keeping it on the down low. And this hasn't been done since 2008. It wasn't even done in in the COVID years. But this is kind of I've heard people saying maybe we should have a little cash on hand here in the States, just in case something happens with the banks or the banking systems. And it's probably not a bad idea, if you can do it. But don't panic, just be prepared. Let's see. Okay. Also, big companies they're laying people off, and our unemployment rate is as high as it's been since 2021 during COVID. We're also I'm sorry about all the bad news, but I'm just kind of talking about like how intense the world is right now. So, hi, Kim Copeland. We're going to be on tonight, Tuesday night. Somebody said Kim is here, and I didn't see her. So, yes, we are doing a collab on Tuesday. Thank you. Sorry, I'm busy going through my notes. It's not all bad news. I have a few good things too, but it just shows how we're in this emotional time, these energy where things are just pushing us to sort of kind of choose sides and decide what kind of world we want. We have also seen flights canceled, right? So again, this is that Mercury energy. This is due to the government shutdown. They have canceled about 10% of the flights because of a shortage of air traffic controllers, right? Again, it's a we the people thing, standing up for their rights. They're not being paid. And, it's kind of really making people decide how they want to live, what kind of world we want to live in. And I'll end on one really cool piece of news that I read about this week is that there's a new some promising new drugs that are, excuse me, about to come out, or they're being tested, that appears to stop the progression of Alzheimer's. So that's very, very good news. I think we all know people who have suffered with Alzheimer's. So let's hope and pray that that is a successful drug trial. Okay. And I'm going to go back to your comments because I'm obviously missing some folks here. And it's really weird. I'm not seeing it. Unless I'm blind, I'm not seeing Kim's message. Yes, thank you, Gina Fish. So Gina says, Nivra, a stellium is multiple planets in the same house or sign in your birth chart. And it gives extra importance to that sign or that house, right? So I have multiple planets I have 2 stelliums in my chart, but they sort of straddle 2 different signs, a couple different signs. So Gina Fish says, for example, she has 3 planets in Sagittarius in your 3rd house. Yeah. Nivra, I don't trust our food. Yeah, I think we need to be careful. I have heard about some other food safety issues. So just be really careful. I think you should watch foods that aren't, prepare your food at home and prepare it well. What did I see about somebody? Oh, Craig, you have a head cold. Oh no, going to bed with wet hair. I know. I just took a nap a little while ago with my hair in a towel. So Gina says, Kim Copeland, yes, we are doing a collab on Tuesday. I'm not sure exactly of the time yet. I think 5 p.m. My time. She's in Central. I'm in Mountain. Prayers for the people in Philippines. Yes, please. Right. Okay. Yep. TSA is not working either, Nivra. Yeah, I think we're hopefully they'll come to an agreement, but really don't want the healthcare subsidies to go away. Oh, I see what you're saying, Gina. She popped up she dropped a video. Yeah. Yes, I see. Yep, we're going to work together. I might be on, I'm not sure about it now, but I thought I was going to be on with Sun Scorpio, Scott, I always get his name wrong. Scorpio Sun tomorrow, but we'll see. Anyway. Okay. So that's all I have. I do want to wish all of you Scorpio babies a very, very happy birthday. And I always say, please do something nice for yourself, right? Put yourself first this week if this is your birthday. Yes. And again, if you're new here, thank you so much for joining me. I am Kelly S., the Mystic Next Door, and I am a healer, an intuitive, and a medium. And as you will see, I dabble around in astrology a little bit. I am an amateur by any means, but find it fascinating. Find it very fascinating. So welcome, welcome, welcome. And please subscribe if you haven't already. I am, as Jean has pointed out, I'm just 30 away from 1,000. It's taken me forever, but here we are. And I do appreciate the thumbs up and the comments and sharing after the live stream is over. Yes. Okay, so on to the astrological. I'm not quite ready with that yet, Gina. I know. I'm long-winded tonight. But we will start with Aquarius. Yes, you're correct. But on to the astrological weather of the week. I like to go day by day and just sort of talk about any aspects that we should pay attention to this week for the week of November. I'll start with today, the 9th through the 16th. So today, as I said before, November 9th, Mercury goes retrograde, and this is when things can go a bit wonky in our lives with communication, travel, technology. delays, and sometimes just fuzzy thinking, right? Mercury is in Sagittarius right now, so that sign and other fire signs may feel this. That's Leo and Aries. And the mutable signs, Gemini, who is ruled by Mercury, excuse me, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces are the mutable signs. Gemini may feel this the most. My husband is a double Gemini, so I'm going to make sure that he tunes up his car. I don't know. But you may feel this a little bit strongly, but we all feel it. We're all asked to slow down during retrogrades, review our circumstances, and avoid making big, impactful decisions right now, if you can avoid it. Mercury will leave its retrograde at the end of November, but remember that it stays in its shadow, so some of those effects may be felt for a few weeks longer. Yes, Mary Starshine, 11/11 portal on Tuesday. That's great. Yes. And speaking of 11/11, Tuesday, November 11th, Jupiter will go retrograde in the sign of Cancer, and that will mean we will have 5 planets in retrograde at this time. So if there's ever a time to review and make sure you're on track, following the correct path, now is the time, because retrogrades slow us down in our tracks and make us, take a second look. Okay. Jupiter is our highest purpose, our higher purpose, and it is luck and expansion. So sometimes we might feel that diminished a little bit. Personally, I have Jupiter retrograde in my natal chart. So it may not affect me as much as somebody else, but excuse me, but that will be happening on the day of the 11/11 portal, as Mary points out. Yes. Wednesday, November 12th, Mercury will form a conjunction with Mars. That means they'll be sitting together in the sky, right? And this means Mercury's thought and Mars is action. So this can mean quick-witted, action-oriented thoughts and words are put into action. So use that energy on Wednesday and moving forward to really kind of, if you've got some thoughts that are, rolling around in your head, really start to formulate them and put them into action. As long as we're not, remember, Mercury is still in retrograde. So as long as we're not really signing any really important contracts and making important decisions, but it's a really good time to start putting pen to paper to think about things. Things that you want to put into effect. Are you watching the door to see if Henry? Yes, he is. Excuse me. Henry's not here. He might just not be interested. Take a sip. Oh, I think my husband's back, so he's going to hang out down there. You know why? He smells dinner. I started dinner earlier, and some of you who are from out here in the Mountain West will understand what I did today. I went and got a whole bunch of roasted chilies. This is, chili roasting season. Craig knows what I'm talking about. So all the farmers markets roast the chilies in these giant mesh. They're like a mesh trash can. Did he come in? No, Henry did not come in. And they roast the chili peppers, really char them. And then I spent about an hour, you have to get all the skin off. And so I made a kind of a chicken chili stew kind of thing. But my hands are on fire, so I know those chilies are going to be hot. Anyway, I'm trying to be careful not to touch my eyes or nose or anything. But anyway, that's a thing out here. So those of you who are not from these parts, this is a nice tradition. You can smell it roasting for blocks. The smell is divine. It's amazing. Yeah, it's really beautiful. I love them. It's not something I remember seeing when I lived in the East. uh, I might need more chicken. Yeah, I added some veggies to it, so hopefully it won't be that hot. Or I'll put some sour cream or something. Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about next Sunday, the sun will trine Jupiter. So, actually, I have one more thing to talk about after that. Sorry, I'm long-winded today. Sun trine Jupiter is a very, very beautiful aspect where blessings may come your way to who you are, to your very physical being, body, right? Because sun represents body, self, right? And this is vitality. This is abundance and good luck energy. Excuse me. So set your manifestations for Sunday. If you're dealing with some health issues, Craig, you have a cold or anything like that, or you're just really, needing to, kind of step into a time of good luck with money, love, home, any of those kind of things. Sunday is your day. And you can check your chart to see where this is happening for you. Jupiter and the sun will be in, Jupiter will be in the sign, or is in the sign of Cancer, although it is retrograde starting this week. And the sun, of course, is in Scorpio. So see what houses are affected for you. Okay. Last thing I want to remind you, and I've been beating this dead. This is a dead horse I'm beating. Sorry, bad analogy, but I want to remind you that we are still in the middle of this water grand trine that will be with us all month. And this is 3 or more planets. In this case, we have 4 in a harmonious trine, in a triangle pattern. So we have 4 planets because Saturn is one of those planets, and Saturn and Neptune are sitting together conjunct. Saturn is a little more direct. So, but the 4 planets are Neptune, Saturn, Black Moon, Lilith, and Jupiter. Let's see. And as I've said, water trines bring high emotion and intuition, dreams, and healing. And because Jupiter is anchored as one of those signs right now, that one of those planets in this trine, and it's in the sign of Jupiter, which rules healing, nurturing, home, family. So those blessings could go out to those areas of our lives as well. Jupiter blesses all things, and it also sends its blessings and expansion into all those other planets that are affected. So speaking of healing, Lilith is in Scorpio. Lilith is not really a planet, but it is a typical one that we look at in the zodiac. It is a mathematical equation in the sky. And it's typically followed because of its the mythology that's associated with Lilith. Lilith asks us to look deeply into our shadow selves, into our old wounds, and the parts of us that feel like we're left out, like we're on the outside looking in. So it's very fitting right now, excuse me, as we see these big divisions between the haves and the have-nots in our world, right? With food insecurity, poverty, war, conflict. And again, that watery emotionality that we're sitting in asks us what sort of society we want to live in at this time, right? Hi, Mystic Shining. Good to see you. Craig needs some good, strong chili to chase away your cold. Oh, I wish I could drive it down to you, Craig. Might take about 6 or 7 hours. Okay, so now we're moving on to our TarotScopes for all signs for the week of November 9th through the 16th. Remember that these are general readings for your sun, rising, and moon signs, or for any planet that figures strongly in your chart, including those stelliums that we talked about. Stellium, remember, 3 planets in one sign or one house, right? Okay. Remember also that we have unique birth charts. So take what resonates and leave the rest, and consult your personal charts for more detail. I start on a different sign each week, and I will be starting with Aquarius this week. And this week I am using my Dreaming Way. No, Dreaming Tree is a type of wine. No, Dreaming Way Tarot. And it's very whimsical, and I like to use this one. So as usual, I'll pull 3 signs for each, full 3 cards for each sign of the zodiac, to give us a glimpse about the following questions. What is the energy of the week? What are the cautions? And if there's not a caution, what should I be aware of? And what actions does Spirit want me to take? Okay. Action or actions. Okay. And then I'll pull 3 cards for all of us. So on to the zodiac. And thank you, Gina. You've been waiting so patiently. I haven't seen Henry yet. I have not seen Henry yet. Okay, Aquarius. 3 cards for Aquarius. And if I haven't seen you come in, I want to welcome you. Thank you so much for coming. And here we are. Okay, the energy of the week, Aquarius, for you is this 8 of Swords, right? 8 of Swords speaks about kind of feeling trapped, often in a trap of our own mind. Okay, something, maybe our job is not satisfying us anymore. Maybe we're trapped by some of the government situations, or maybe we have some health challenges, physical, mental, spiritual challenges that are kind of keeping us in our heads. What are the sorry. Oops, I just lost my page. There we go. What are the cautions, or what should I be aware of, right? So the Knight of Pentacles speaks of often things coming forward to us, but they're coming really slowly. So if we're waiting for the promotion, or maybe we're waiting for a check in the mail, Knight of Pentacles says to us, it's coming, but you just have to be patient, right? But this is stable energy. It is coming forward, but it can just be slow. Where there is food, the dog will be near. You are right, Odelia, and I do not have the food here. So, okay, so this is the caution, or the, what should you be aware of this week? And what action does Spirit want us to take? Well, 9 of Pentacles, it says, live abundantly, live in your abundance, whatever that may be. 9 of Pentacles is about really kind of enjoying the fruits of your labor, right? This 8 of Swords says we're in our head too much. This is saying, appreciate what you have, enjoy the things that you have, because you are abundant, you are, wealthy. Whether it's not in, may not be in your bank account, but it might be in, many other areas of your life, in family and in friends, or in, other good things. Hi, just visiting. You're not late. We just did Aquarius. Denise McMullen. Sorry, stumbling. Nice to see you. Okay, moving on to Pisces. We have all our Pisces here. Pisces in the house. Let's see what you've got. All right. Yesterday we had a lot of beautiful cards in our readings yesterday. Really nice, powerful cards. Let's see if we get the same. Oh, Craig, here you are with your cold. The 5 of Pentacles. Oh no, the energy of the week is, this is often, sometimes this is illness or injury, or poverty, not really feeling like you've got what you need to get by. But we're always reminded with this card that the doorknob, they always show this doorknob with the lock, is right there behind us. But we're looking the other way. Okay. So all it's saying is the help is there. In the traditional card, they're sitting outside of a church where you could go in and, get warm or something along those lines. But if the help is there, we're just not seeing it. Okay. And the cautions of the week is the Seven of Swords. This card speaks to feeling like someone lied to you, took something from you, right? This is a card of, this is another difficult card. So Pisces, I want to say buckle up a little bit this week. Sometimes this is our own mental activity. And well, I'm going to go to the next card because look what else you get. Just like the previous one, the Eight of Swords. You have the 7 and 8 of Swords, right? So action Spirit wants you to take. Whenever I see a difficult card and what does Spirit want me to know or to take, actions to take, I say we flip it upside down. We say Eight of Swords. They don't want us to be in our heads and worried and feeling trapped. They want us to recognize that we can just pull that blindfold off and walk away from the situation. It's kind of a trap of our own minds. They're reminding us that we have taken up residence in our own head, as we sometimes do. So, Gina Halleck, you're going to stay home this week. What's your rising sign, Gina? Maybe you should follow your rising sign this week. All right. Mangled Unicorn, you got the s'mores maker set up. Okay. All right. Okay, Aries. Aries. Okay, here we go. I see a lot of swords this week. A lot of us in our feelings. Remember I said, or in our thoughts, I should say. We're in that water grand trine, even though trines are beneficial, but it's very emotional. So, energy of the week for you, Aries, is the Strength card. This is beautiful energy. This says you have the strength, the resilience and the resolve to do what you want to do in your life, right? So go forward with confidence. And the cautions of the week, well, the Five of Swords. It's interesting because we often don't get cautions. We get just sort of suggestions. This week feels like a caution. Like, really, let's kind of watch our energy. The Five of Swords is also a card of feeling kind of bullied, feeling kind of put upon, right? But again, it could be our own energy. We're just sitting in some feelings that we might need to process. So watch that energy this week, Aries. And then, but the action that Spirit wants you to take, this Queen of Swords, this is about using your intellect, your logic, and your strategery, to quote a former president, to use strategy and logic to really kind of think a situation through, because you have the ability to do it with the Queen. The Queen is very powerful. This is head over heart energy. Okay, so this might be a time to put your thinking cap on. Oh, Karen is a double Aries with a Leo moon. Oh boy. Oh, you're all fire. Oh my. Lots of fire energy for you. Craig, let's see. Denise says Craig usually can do the flu bomb with orange juice. Oh, we just had a jumper for our Taurus friends. Gina Halleck, yes, let's follow Sagittarius. Oh, my son's a Sagittarius rising. And your Lilith is in Leo. Okay. Yeah, Lilith, well, look up the energy of Lilith. Lilith is in mythology, she was left out of the party, right? And she kind of came back with a vengeance because they didn't invite her to a wedding. I don't recall the full story, but she can, be dark and broody. I have Lilith in Scorpio, I believe, which is extra dark and broody. Okay, energy of the week for Taurus. Look at you, Queen of Wands. There you go. This lady is determined. She's entrepreneur. She can really kind of set her sights on things and make them happen. She's also gregarious. People like her. She knows how to make make people do her bidding. So the energy of the week feels really good for you, Taurus. Oh yes, Queen of Swords cuts through the BS. Yes, I like it. All right. And the cautions of the week. The Knight of Wands, when we see Knight of Wands, he can be a little impulsive, right? He could be a little reckless. You can see that he is looking the wrong way in this particular deck as he charges forward. So this is just saying, pay attention, use caution, use discernment when you're, going out there, and let's buckle up the car when we're driving down the highway, right? Do the things that we need to do. And don't be erratic. Okay. Amanda, I'm going to read that in a second. I'll put it up on here. And what action does Spirit want us to take? Well, this isn't like date. They don't want you to die. No. The Death card. Look at this. She looks a little Grim Reaper-ish. But remember, it's saying be open to change, because the Death card says change. If change comes your way, welcome it, right? Because change is for the better. It's for our betterment, for our good. So allow things to come your way. Some people can resist change, and then it's painful. And instead, we can just say, let's, things haven't been, if they're not working the way that I've been trying to, make them work, then allow change to come and sweep that energy away. Okay. And I'm going to put Amanda Carroll's flu bomb up here, because it is that season. I've heard of a few people with flu and colds. I've already had my horrendous cold. I'm still coughing from. Okay, so herbal tea, chamomile, honey, garlic, onion, ginger root, oregano, thyme. Steep, strain, and drink. Ooh. Is it good, or is it a little garlicky? Sounds like it's potent. Okay, thank you, Amanda. All right. And Gina Fish has Lilith in Virgo. Right. Okay. All right, we're moving on to Gemini. Thank you, Gina. Halleck. I'm going to give it a quick little shuffle. Craig Dixon, a couple of your friends came down with COVID too. Yeah. I tested a few times for COVID because it kind of felt like I could have had it, but test said no. But I've had my COVID shot too. Okay, Gemini. Remember, this is a big week for you, Gemini, with all that, with the Mercury retrograde. Mercury rules Gemini, right? And the Mercury Mars conjunction. Okay. Well, there you go. I see a lot of action, right? Speaking of Mars and Mercury. Okay, so it's saying the energy of the week for you, Gemini, is that you've got a lot of balls in the air, so to speak. There's a lot going on. This is a lot of choices, maybe a little confusion with all the options that you have. Do you have, 2 job offers, or do you have, maybe family members who you need to attend to that are kind of keeping you off balance, or, a lot of work on your plate at your workplace? What is that for you? You're dealing with a lot right now. And speaking of dealing with a lot, the caution, or what we should be aware of, is the Eight of Wands. So, with this card, with the Eight of Wands, it speaks of speed and things kind of coming in fast. So just be aware, because, maybe, like I said, maybe you have a couple job applications out there. Something's coming in quickly. These are messages. These are signs that we should look for. So coming in hot. And you too get the Knight of Pentacles, Gemini. This is an offer coming forward. So some of you Geminis out there, I bet, are waiting on job offers or other kind of offers. Maybe it's a love offer. Maybe it's a home. You've put an offer on a home. But the Knight of Pentacles says, here it comes. It's coming slowly. We're being methodical. Spirit wants you to be strategic, I can't speak. Methodical. There we are. And so just be aware it's coming forward for you. It's funny you have the fast card and the slow card. But this is just saying, let's do it the right way. This Knight of Pentacles. I don't know what I'm hearing downstairs. I think my husband has loud music on. Okay. I'll try to untie my tongue and we'll move on to Cancer. Okay. All right. Clara doesn't like you eating onion before bed. We'll leave out the onion. That's funny. Okay, on to Cancer. Oh, wow. Okay. You got all royal cards, Cancer. I'll take it. I'm a Cancer rising. Joyful journeys, a Cancer as well. Okay. And so the energy of the week is the King of Wands. Okay. This is determination. This is fire energy. Going after our desires and having the ability to make things happen, right? And this is a card of resilience too. This lizard is displayed very prominently on this card. The lizard speaks of, remember, fire-breathing dragons couldn't burn, right? And so this is that energy. This is saying nothing can touch you. If you set your sights on it, you can have it. You're a Cancer as well. Crystal blue is a Cancer. Lots of Cancer. Oh, Cancer moon. All right. What Spirit wants you to be aware of, because this does not feel like a caution, with the Queen of Cups. So you have a king and you have a queen now. And the Queen of Cups speaks about compassion, kindness, nurturing, but it also speaks of intuition. So use your intuition wisely right now. It's a very kind of divine feminine card. Even if you're a masculine, you're a male, it doesn't matter. Okay. And the third royal card that we get for actions that Spirit wants us to take is the Page of Wands. This is, once again, this is following your passion. Get going. This is a card of taking action on something that you want in your life. So do it. Like it's time. They're giving you a strong message that it's time right now, and you have what it takes to do it. Hi, K9, Captain Jules. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming. What is your sign of the zodiac? Oh, Lucy, you are a double Cancer. Amanda, Cancer North. We have a lot of Cancers. We have a lot of Pisces and Cancer in this group. Dropping cards. All right, moving on to Leo. Oh, I just dropped a whole slew of cards now. Oh, you're Virgo. All right, we haven't gotten to Virgo yet. Okay, so Leo. I have a Leo moon. My husband's a Leo rising. Oh, okay. We're seeing a few repeat cards again. I'll point those out. When the cards repeat, I like to say we all need to take note of them. The energy of the week is the Wheel of Fortune for you, Leo, folks. This is your karmic cycle changing, right? So have you been, dealing with the same thing for a long time, looking for a change? Well, it seems like this week things might start to shift for you. Okay. I just noticed she has angel wings on there. Isn't that nice? Okay. Gina Fish, weird because I don't have any planets in Cancer or Pisces. Yes. You don't have any planets there, but we all have all the signs in our chart. Just to be clear. Okay. What are the cautions of the week, or what should you be aware of? Well, the King of Swords, if this is a caution, the King of Swords, Leo, can say that there might be somebody who's kind of domineering coming towards you, right? This can be a little bit like warlike, I guess, or a little overbearing, or aggressive. But King of Swords can also just be logical, like the Queen of Swords, really using logic, using his smarts, right? Using his really just powerful intellect. So if it's a caution, it's saying look out for somebody in your life or yourself who's a little overbearing or maybe aggressive. If it's not a caution, it's just saying, you know what, use your wisdom this week. Oh, you're welcome, Denise. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay. Okay. And what action does Spirit want me to take? It's with the King of Wands. So you have two kings this week, Leo. Two kings and the Wheel of Fortune. So this is a really good week. Like things are changing for you. And when we see these kings, they're confident, they're powerful. And so this action Spirit wants you to take with the King of Wands, and we've seen this before. So again, this might be for all of us, is follow your passion, your drive, your power, right? This is really, really, again, I feel like this is just saying ready, set, go. Like, let's do it. Let's do this. It's time. All right. Good. Cards for you, Leo. I have a Leo moon. I'll have to think about what that means for me in terms of my moon. Yes, my emotions. All right. Moving on to Virgo. Okay. And I know we have a few Virgos here in the room too. Oh, okay. All right. Excuse me. Energy of the week for you, Virgo, is the Justice card. You know what? I think I'm going to do something here. So I have a little more room for the cards up here. I'm going to turn off that banner. Okay. We have the Justice card, which speaks about balance coming forward for us, right? Something that's fair and just is coming forward for you, Virgo. All right. This is the truth. This is a truth bomb. You're going to get a truth bomb this week. But I always feel like this is a nice truth that's coming forward for you. When I see the Justice card, powerful. Okay. Oh, thank you, Gina. You are so sweet. The check's in the mail. All right, we've seen this Knight of Wands a few times before too. Caution when we see the Knight of Wands. He's a little bit reckless. He leaps before he looks. Let's put it that way. This is very fast moving energy. This is action on action. And in this, I always say in this card, I just said a moment ago when we saw this, that he's looking over his shoulder and not forward. So that can be a little bit reckless energy. All right. But it is fast. So they're saying something's coming in for you. Maybe it's maybe you're involved in a legal matter, right? Or maybe it's just, a truth you need to know is coming forward for you, and it's coming fast. Maybe the truth will be that my Scorpio, I missed something. Your Scorpio will stop being so stubborn. Hopefully. Is that a Scorpio person in your life? All right. And what action does Spirit want me to take? Or I always say, or in this case, what do they want me to recognize is the Four of Pentacles, stability, right? This is a card where we're asked to kind of, collect our things, hold on to our money, be cautious, but it also says let's sit sit in an area of stability. I feel like with this Justice card and this Four of Pentacles, we're stable. We're finding that stability in our lives, and we want to recognize it, right? But we also want to be prudent. So I think that makes sense too with this Reckless card in the middle. We want to be prudent with our resources. Okay. Okay. Libra. Where are my Libra friends? Odelia, you're a Virgo, moon and rising. Yes, I remember that about you. Okay. K9 is in love with a Scorpio, new love, and it makes sense with the Justice because he and his ex are having custody court coming up. Oh, okay. Oh boy, fun. Okay, thank you, Libra. Here we go. All right. Just like our Aries friends. Wow, we're seeing a lot of similar cards, so please take note. All right. Just like our Aries friends, you have the Strength card for the energy of the week, Libra. You are in the Strength position, right? You have all the resilience and you have the ability to, well, you see her there with the lion. You have the ability to tame the beast, whatever that may be in your life. Yes. Okay. So that's great. Great energy for you this week. I always love, she's one of the few that has if you can see really up close, she has the infinity sign above her. Sky's the limit. Okay. Cautions or what you should be aware of this week. This is what I should be aware of, because the King of Cups is all about kindness and compassion. He's deeply, deeply intuitive. He's in touch with his emotions. Thank you. Yes, I love this deck. It is called the Dreaming Way Tarot. It's kind of whimsical. The King. So what they're saying to be aware of is really kind of tap into your intuition, tap into your this is compassion and kindness this week, or look for those in your life who are ready to be that way with you. And actions you should take is be aware, recognize that you are abundant. You have all that you need. In wealth does not need to be a bank account. You could be wealthy in love, in friendship, in resources beyond, or just, intelligence or just abilities, right? So this is a really nice thing for them to say to you. I think this was the same with Aries, if I'm not wrong. They're saying, you have the strength and you have the abundance this week. Very, very nice. Be strong in gratitude this week. Yes, Gina Fish. Amanda says, my only tarot deck I learned. This is the one that you have? Is that what you're saying? You have the Dreaming Way? I could see this being a good deck for you, Amanda. I saw this deck several years ago. I went to this, it was like a tarot meetup group, and I just thought it'd be fun. And the lady who was running the meetup was selling these cards because I've never seen them in the store, but I liked them. Okay, Scorpio. Ooh, here we go, Scorpio. Oh dear, energy of the week. Three of Swords. Heartbreak, betrayal. Oh no, what's going on with you, Scorpio? It is Scorpio season. Did somebody you love, maybe do you wrong? Did you, maybe things at work aren't going the way that you'd like? Maybe your home life is a little bit difficult. Remember, swords are the mental suit, right? It's where we place our energy. So, yeah. And so, sorry. And what are the cautions for the week? Well, or what should I be aware of? The Page of Cups always says, to me, it's all about creativity, whimsy, surprises coming your way. We see the fish in the teapot. It's very, kind of this. It's perfect for this deck because this feels like fairy tales, right? Airy fairy kind of card. So the caution is maybe bring your feet back down to the ground a little bit. Scorpio, you might have unrealistic expectations, but also be aware that things could, come as a surprise to you. Yes, you don't claim that. You don't claim that. No, use your other signs, your other planets. Okay. All right. And this is the good news, right? Action Spirit wants you to take is to leave this situation behind. 6 of Swords. This is leaving troubled water for calm. So it looks like we've had some difficulty this week. Things might be a little bit, confusing. This card comes with some confusion and some heartache, but we can leave it behind. We can leave it behind and go forward in our lives. Okay. Scorpio rising, crystal blue. Uh-oh, you'll have to let us know. If it doesn't resonate, though, don't claim it, right? This is not for everyone. These are whole sign readings, right? And so you have to really check your own birth chart. Oops, we just had a jumper. We'll take it. All right, we're moving on to Sagittarius. Okay. Whoa. All right, Gina Halleck, are you ready for this? You said you were going to take your Sag rising. Well, energy of the week. The 10 of Wands. This is a card of burden. A lot going on. Maybe you're carrying a really heavy load right now. Too much on your plate. Sagittarius, what are you doing? Can you put a few of those wands down? Can you carry them differently? Amanda says, my Scorpio friend is finishing up his 3rd book. Oh, that's exciting. Gina says, oh no, I'm going to bed. Okay, well, look at this. There's the caution for the week, the Tower, right? Something's coming, excuse me, out of the blue to bring in, pretty significant change. The Tower brings sweeping change, right? But often it's the change that's needed in your life. What is that, right? Do you, is your boss, on you all the time about something that's just not fair? Maybe you need a new workplace. Is this a marital thing? Is this just a state of mind? We need to be careful. But I like change. Some people don't. But just be prepared. Keep an eye out. Keep your head on a swivel, right? You could just have a fender bender. I don't want to put bad things into your mind. So you could also win the lottery. That could come out of the blue as well. What action does Spirit want us to take? So the 9 of Wands, it goes with this reading very well because you had the 10 of Wands here. It's saying this is a card of absolute persistence, resistance. It means you've been through it, but you're still going, you still live to fight another day. Okay. And you see all those little sprouts in the leaves. It's just a reminder that, everything, this isn't the end of the world. This is just a minor hiccup that we've gone through and we can move forward. Okay. Amanda says, I'm fine with the Tower. It cleans things up. True, true, true. Okay, just visiting. Lots of work, but my birthday is Thursday, so I'm going to have some fun. Good. Please do. Be good to yourself. Eat the cake. Denise says, I like to wake up and thank the universe that I still have a roof over my head. I have a bed I was able to sleep in, and I have a running toilet. Yes. And you get to enjoy a cup of coffee. I like it. That's right. It's really the little things, isn't it? In the end, it's really the little things. Okay. Capricorn, and this is our last one for the evening. I appreciate everybody coming so much. And before you leave, don't forget to hit that like button for me. And if you want to leave a comment after the live stream is over, that would be lovely. Okay. So we're finishing strong. I like to say that. We're finishing strong, Capricorn. Okay. The energy of the week for you is this 10 of Pentacles. This is all the abundance. This is, the happy. This is like a lifelong legacy that you've created for yourself. This is also denoting family, right? So something may be going on in your family, Capricorn, but this is about home, family, abundance, having resources, and enjoying them. Oh, there you go, Amanda. You have 3 planets in Capricorn. And your new boss is a Capricorn. Your wonderful new boss, no less. Okay. Cautions for the week, right? So we have seen the Knight of Wands, and now we have the Knight of Swords. All right. So if this is a caution, the Knight of Swords too can be really erratic, right? They can, be a little bit aggressive, right? So there may be somebody in your life coming forward for you that's a little bit that's kind of taken up space in your head. You see that sword there, that's mental energy, right? There might be something coming in hot, as we say. And so this is really important to just be aware of, right? It may not be a bad thing, especially with this beautiful card first, right? Something possibly related to family and the action Spirit wants you to take. We have seen the Queen of Swords multiple times tonight. So let's all take note of the Queen of Swords. Somebody said it, she cuts the BS, right? She cuts to the chase. She cuts to the heart of the matter. She's very logical. She's got her eye, on the prize, and she knows how to sort of think through a situation. So this is saying, Capricorn, that you've got the Knight and the Queen of Swords. So lots of mental energy. And this may be related to family with the 10 of Pentacles, but it might be just related to your resources, maybe your retirement, your bank account, your home, your family. Denise, my husband is a Capricorn. Okay. Well, thank you all. Oh, I'm going to do 3 cards for everyone. Okay, let's just go ahead and do 3 cards. I'm going to give it a nice shuffle. I love seeing you guys chit chat, and thank you so much for being here. Gina Halleck, don't worry about those cards. Your sister's I have to reach out to your sister. Gina's sister is an astrologer, and I might have her come on one of these Sunday nights with us and really talk about the astrology. But talk to your sister. Remember, these, like I said, when I'm reading these whole sign zodiac readings, it's not the full, it doesn't paint a full picture for you. Okay. I like this for all of us this week. Okay, once again, we see this Justice card. I spoke about this earlier. Here in the US, they might be striking a deal to open the government back up again. What's fair, what's the truth may be coming out. We may see some truth bombs coming out. I did want to say, I heard that Election Truth Alliance just filed a suit against Pennsylvania to open up their sorry, I don't know what that was, to look at their election counts, because there's some funny business there from 2024. So some truths may be coming forward. The Emperor, cautions of the, excuse me, this is not cautions of the week. We're just giving 3 cards for you guys. The Emperor. This could be something to do with Trump, because he does act like an overbearing emperor sometime. But if this is not about that man or somebody in your life who has that energy, this is about just being in control of your destiny. Yes. Gina, yeah, I have read with, I've worked with those guys in the past. It was a while ago, though. Yeah, I like Mystic Me. They're really good readers. Okay, and finally, we get the Queen of Pentacles, guys. So we've got two major arcana and a queen, right? This is a big week for us. Queen of Pentacles is she's got resources. She's very wealthy. Um, this may be in wealth and love, or wealth and money, or any other area of your life. And nurturing, she's got that little baby there. This is kindness, nurturing. She's very, very grounded too. So, really nice energy for this week. I like it a lot. Yes, I'm hoping to have her on soon. I just wanted to get past Gina. Thank you. Her name is Eliza. Um, I have wanted to have her on, but I've been coughing for so long and I'm finally better. So now I'm ready to start, getting back into it. So very, very nice. Thank you so much, guys. Really good cards for us all this week. I love it. I love it for us. Let's all use all of our positive manifestations, and let's send out love and light to all those who need it in the world. And I look forward to seeing you hopefully on Tuesday night with me and Kim Copeland. Please hit the like and subscribe if you haven't. And thank you so much. Good night.